the skills, the speed, the dynamicism of athletes that make millions in the NFL might
Yeah.
have very comparable skill set to an Olympian that's, working part-time in the off season. So yeah, I
Right.
mean, when you think of track, the top 8 guys, the women, the folks that we see in the finals, they might be making a pretty penny, but the 9th athlete is,
Mhm.
perhaps just above the poverty line. Like, what do we do with
Right.
that information?
I think we have to realize that as athletes, we have so much more power than we think. And if you convince the masses, like the majority of the sport that make up the sport, that we actually have value beyond what they tell us. And if we come together to utilize that value and like leverage the power that we have, create change, we can in turn create an environment that's going to be more helpful for the next generation and beyond, and ultimately help sustain the professional side of the sport. Like if we just want to continue track and field as an Olympic sport, that's an amateur sport, don't really receive any money, just kind of do it for the love of the sport and all the cliches that people say, then that's cool. But we are operating as a professional sport, it's just not run very well. So if we're gonna do the professional side and there are people making money, then why not do it right? And why not emulate the other business models of other sports that do it properly as a professional sport and make it so that it's more effective? And in turn, everybody wins when you have a better functioning product.
So what realistically, when you think of like a collective bargaining agreement for Olympians, what does that look like?
I think it would be at least like a profit split where, a certain percentage of the revenue that is made goes towards the people that organize it and the people that put the sport on or make it go, which is the athletes and the coaches and the federations. I think it needs to be a profit share so that we are both benefiting in an equal way. And if they want to argue that, the reason why the Olympics is such a valuable entity is because they're able to secure the sponsors and stuff and they deserve more of the revenue share, that's a conversation that can be had. But there's no even negotiating because there's no other side to negotiate with right now, right? It's just they dictate the terms and we deal with it. And they use the old mantras of just chase your dream, your childhood dream of being Olympian, that should be good enough. But it's like, okay, so you can profit off my dream and you expect me to just be good because I was able to go to the Olympics and tell that story and have that, like, no, that's not good enough, right? If people are making money, then it should be distributed as such, right? Like everybody that has a hand in making that money should see some of the profit.